Hey guys, it is RCG back with another series, guys. We're going to be attempting to do another Madden franchise, and today we will be doing the New Orleans Saints. And here's how it's going to go. We're going to start at the end of the current season, and I'm going to try and rebuild the New Orleans Saints over time. This is going to be a game-by-game franchise, so I just want to start in the offseason. I want to do one big offseason. This video will be the longest video, hopefully by far. We will be doing more of the moments, the big plays per game, and we'll try and get 2 games in. I'm going to try and do the best editing I can since I now have mornings mostly off. There will be some mornings where I will be at work and be busy, just depending on the day. But I feel like my uploads I'll have more time to get uploads out. I'm hoping to do at least a episode a day of the Saints franchise. Like I was starting to do with the NHL franchise, but then it died quickly out of popularity. So here we go. We have Jameis Winston, who will be out for the season. We will have to decide if we keep him around. We have Taysom Hill, Simeon, and Ian Book. At running back, Kamara, Melvin Ingram, Dwayne Washington, and Tony Jones Jr. There's a lot of Saints fans excited about him. He had one really, really bad week, and then that had him go on the inactive list for next week. They have Dwayne Washington, who I know okay about, not too much. He's 6'1", 220 pounds. Tony Jones, 5'11", 220. Ingram will definitely not be keeping around. He's a famous name in New Orleans, though. Michael Thomas, we're going to hope he can be the answer next season. We have Deontay Harris for the slot. Traquan Smith, we'll have to decide if he's a 2. Marquez Callaway, we have to decide if he's going to be a 2. He has the age and overall to become a 2. You got Ty Montgomery, running back receiver as well. We could decide what we want to do with him. He has good acceleration, but that's about it for him. No change of direction. No really good stats on him, sadly. He's a good receiving back at most. Little Jordan Humphrey, he's been starting to get a bigger role. More of a tight end. A little lightweight, just not fast tight end for the Saints. Adam Trotman's great. Juwan Johnson's great this season. I like both of them, so I'm going to hope to start running some 2 tight end sets with the Saints. I'm excited with these 2 tight ends, what they bring to the table. Everyone else is not going to be here. Teron Armstead, gotta love him. The Saints line is one of my favorite parts, is that at most, will have to think about someone else other than Andreas Pete. Other than that, you got Teron Armstead for 3 to 4 seasons. And yeah, so we won't have to worry about the line. We could try and get high capital for Cameron Jordan. If possible, start leaning towards the rookie Peyton Turner. Yeah, you got Jalen Holmes too, who could be nice. Tano is actually a good rotational edge rusher in real life, so I'm kind of excited to see what he can do. Marcus Davenport, the future of the Saints defensive line. We're definitely going to try and get him going. David Onyemata is going to be nice. Shai Tuttle, Christian Ringo. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. No outside linebacker. Demario Davis is going to be nice if we do get another season with him. Quan Alexander, definitely want to keep him around. Good run stopper. Pete Werner's another really good run stopper, rookie out of Ohio State. I can't remember which Ohio State player it is. It's maybe Clemson that got freaking suspended 2 years in a row. I think it was a Clemson player, to be honest. Marshawn Lattimore and Bradley Roby, both out of Ohio State. Going to be nice to have at least somewhat corners. Ken Crawley could play slot. Paulson Adebo, we definitely want to get going. He has actually not as bad stats as I thought. 91 speed, 91 XL, 90 agility. Definitely could be at least a free safety at minimum on this team. But when we talk about free safety, we definitely have free safeties. Marcus Williams is top 10 safety in the league, possibly. PJ Williams, Jeff Heath could be at least special teams for us if we do keep them around next season. Malcolm Jenkins, that is the worst part about this team. Real life, I've heard he's done okay, but his contract is definitely not what we want out of Malcolm Jenkins. CJ Garner Johnson, one of the most infuriating players in the NFL, wants to fight everyone. The bad guy of the NFL, the one everyone wants to fight, the enforcer of the Saints defense. Will Lutz, we already know he's going to be the kicker long term. Brett Maher, I'm surprised he's literally a 66 overall. He was really, really solid, I thought. But yeah, that's the Saints team that we're rocking with. 97 kick power, but that accuracy, though. We might keep him around just in case if Will Lutz gets injured, even though, like right there. But even though kickers don't get injured in Madden, so we will definitely. I thought I already had this roster. Yeah. So yeah, we got the franchise going. I'm very excited to see what I can do with the Saints team. Come on, I would like to back out. Yeah, I didn't do anything to the roster. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just gonna use my name. I wanna come in. Frick Sean Payton. No, I'm kidding. I know Sean Payton's one of the better coaches in the NFL. Man literally had COVID at the start of the whole virus and just trucked it like a beast. And let's get this new league started. We are going to use my roster. Here we go. I forgot. We are actually not going to use my roster. I forgot, since I'm going to do what I'm doing. I'm actually going to use Madden's roster. But it should still come out around the same, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that guy literally just updated it from this week's class. But I really like this, what I can do to the Saints team.
Continue ahead to begin your franchise.
I'm going to force lose all our games because I don't want to be a playoff team. I want to start a narrative that this team could literally be a great team, and all they really need is to find the QB of the future. I will be doing. I don't know if I will do the real life draft class. As exciting as it would be, I just feel like I want to start my own narrative with this draft class. Honestly, though, because I don't really have time to hype up the draft class, I think we will go ahead and do that. So yeah, let's go to the schedule and we will force lose our games. Here we go. Come on. Alright, here we go. We're going to go down to the Cowboys Thursday night game. And we are versus the Cowboys. That means we're home. So away. At Jets, that means home win. Buccaneers home. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we're going to lose out this season. We're going to say that Taysom Hill was not the future quarterback. Even if I didn't force lose, I feel like Madden would not give Taysom Hill the credit. And he'd probably do bad. And we'd lose out anyways. But here we go. So we are right now 5-6, and we're going to lose out and get a... I think I can send it's 6 games. 5-13. So yeah, we're gonna have a pretty good draft pick. So we're gonna sim to the Super Bowl. And we're gonna put in the draft class at the Super Bowl of the real life rosters. And we'll see what we do. Choose a draft class. Here we go. I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. So the funny thing is about the most anticipated draft class of PS4 is that it doesn't have the one famous quarterback that I cannot even... I'm blanking his name right now. Right before I started the clip back up. I am literally Matt Corral. There we go. I don't know why I was blanking the name so bad. does not have Matt Corral in this draft class, so I'll probably go in and just throw him in for someone like Blake Denmark, who I don't know anything about. That or Brady. Yeah, I'll go because I think there's a NFL quarterback back in the day named Cantrell, so I definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, so I'll probably switch Blake Denmark out with Matt Corral just to have him in the draft class and just try not to look at any of the players' stats and ratings. So thinking about our draft pick being in the top 10, guys we could think about going here is literally Kyle Hamilton, one of the most freakish safeties in all college football right now. You got Derek Stingley, lockdown cornerback. If Rattler or freaking Howell, actually not so much. Actually, what we'll do is Spencer Rattler is not going in the class. We'll give Matt Corral Spencer Rattler's spot. And I will go and make an accurate presentation of Matt Corral as best as I can, just to have some fun with that. We'll do that. Sam Howell's right now projected the top quarterback. I don't know much about the college season. I'll start researching here soon, but I know another guy that's not in here is, I think his name's Jameson Williams. So I will definitely get that going. I will pick someone that's not as big or more likely to not be in this draft class and put Jameson Williams out of Alabama when apparently John Mechie is more famous. But I don't think this guy's updated the class in a few weeks, so I guess Jameson Williams might have just coming on the scene in the later weeks. Maybe not. Maybe he's been a freak and this guy just hasn't done the draft class since freaking August. So here we go. Let's talk about the draft class right now. We're pretty much gonna go in blind. I pretty much know a lot of the overalls, but I won't know everyone's, and I will try not to get players I've already gotten out of this draft class because I don't really know any of the other good ones. And if there are any other good ones, Marshawn Lattimore is available to play. Oh, wow, nice. When it doesn't matter. Okay. So let's get over to staff week. Actually, I kept Sean Payton, so that's kind of funny. That I was going to switch him out for someone else, but I decided to just keep him because I rolled right into it, which is fine. I don't think Saints need a new coach anyways. So let's see what's going on. What coaches went elsewhere, who got fired. The defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Any head coaches. Right there, Thomas Peters is hired, so that means Joe Judge was definitely fired. One of the only head coaches to be fired, and we'll see if we decide. I'm pretty sure Joe Judge was a special. Was it him or was it Rule, the Panthers coach that was special teams? What was Joe Judge? Coach history. He was a wide receivers coach for the Patriots. Interesting. And then he didn't do anything for 8 years, apparently, unless the Google is just wrong. It's saying 2019 to 2019. No, he was Patriots from 2012 to 2019. That was a Google mistake. So for 7 years, he was a wide receiver coach for the Patriots. So he could be a good maybe offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach, but I don't think I would mess with my staff. Let's see what we got for our franchise staff. We have 98 staff points right now. If we're happy with our offensive coordinators or not.
Welcome to your franchise staff.
So we get a good start base of 3 talents on both sides for them. So that's nice. That's nice to have, so we can just start working on our player personnel. I think we'll give Benjamin Turner definitely the chance because I like the base 4-3 scheme. And then I guess we'll try and do a multiple power run. We will fit the offensive coordinator scheme, and we will try and be a good team next year. And the defensive coordinator fits Sean Payton's scheme, so our staff looks good for at least this season. We'll see what we need to work on moving forward. We want to definitely utilize the rank system that they added to franchise mode, or at least made it more noticeable. I do like that about the game a lot. I like a lot of the screens. I just wish the adjust lineup had its own tab still. I don't know why they got rid of that. So this season, the Saints were one of the worst offenses in the league. Is there a way to? I thought there was a way to see all the team ranks. Maybe it's not available now. But anyway, we were one of the best defensive run games, though, so that's good to work on. That's good to know. I'm going to start figuring some stuff out, and I'll be right back with the re-sign players. Let's just see if I can re-sign anyone. I'm definitely going to take a look at the roster once again, see what I want to see next season, who I can let go of, even if they are under contract. Work on team salaries. And hopefully, we have some cap space. I think I saw we were very dead in the system. We are negative $4 million in cap space right now. We are over the cap, which is realistic. The Saints have a really bad cap system. So savings, we definitely want to take a look at that. Marcus Williams. That's what I meant to do. I meant to do no penalties and see if we can clear some people, get 10.6, yeah, Marcus Williams, 2.3 for, that's an easy one, clear some cap, Mark Ingram, so Mark Ingram's going to be our first release for the Saints, yeah, so definitely don't want to release Marcus Williams, though. Any other ones we could do? Definitely just want to get out of it now, maybe. Get $1 million out of Malcolm Jenkins. He's already fallen 8 overall, so definitely want to... We can kind of deal with that as it goes along. We have a low cap penalty right now and none for next season, so we want to keep it that way. At least we have some cap space now. To at least try and do something with. Looking at our overalls, we have Tyron Armstead, who actually we will need a left tackle some point in this draft because there's no way we are going to be able to clear Tyron Armstead or be able to sign him in any way unless if we make a big decision. Kamara ain't going nowhere. He just signed a new deal. Michael Thomas definitely isn't going anywhere in this aspect. That we would be losing $20 million. Ramchek's not going anywhere. Cam Jordan looks like he's going to be around for a good amount of time, too. At least next season. We'll see what this cap hit has here. Kind of a bad contract, but we'll try and utilize Cameron Jordan the best way. Utilize that $22 million contract. Marshawn Lattimore is the future of the secondary. Demario Davis will be good at least this season. I don't like that he's over $10 million. So, actually, the contract situation is a lot worse than I really, really like. But, we definitely can clear $10 million here. So, that actually makes Tyron Armstead a little bit more possible in getting rid of Bradley Roby. We definitely want to see what definitely want to be watching the combine, see if any good fast corners come in to replace Roby. We definitely, I think, could get better there. Wood, clear $600K for a 25 overall player. Sorry, Zach Wood. I'd rather have Cameron Cheeseman, but that's just me. We'll get Ethan Greenridge out of here as well. We will be rebuilding this line into a juggernaut, even the depth of the line, so it's next man up. We'll also clear Landon Young, who I think is actually a rookie. No, he's 1 year, and he just hasn't worked out, so we will definitely get rid of him as well. Any other 2-year deal guys? Definitely this Ethan Wolf guy. A lot of these guys I've never heard of, probably just practice squad bodies, blockers, special teamers. For the Saints. The Saints love special teams, so they're probably actually really good players in that aspect, but in Madden, it's not that important. You can go put third string safeties and linebackers in, and they'll do the exact same job. So, looking at Ian Book, definitely want to see what we can do with him. Maybe make a nice little success story out of him. He is 24 though, so who knows? There, Will Clapp's gone. Simeon's gone. So yeah, let's look at our free agent class right now. Armstead. Oh, Marcus Williams. So that's the bigger priority, and I think honestly we'll get a cheaper deal out of Marcus Williams because Madden's safeties get underpaid. Winston's definitely gone. We might have to find a stopgap QB for the season, which is gonna be kind of fun. So yeah, Armstead and Williams are definitely big points right now. We cleared some good cap space actually. I'm kind of proud of myself a little bit. 16 million is definitely something to work with. I think we will be letting go of Tyron Armstead. Deontay Harris, we definitely want to bring back too. We'll let go of Smith. I don't know why I said Williams because I was looking at PJ Williams. Nice. Quan Alexander. We'll see. There's still a lot of players that need to be re-signed. A lot of depth that we're losing with low cap space. So we'll see what we have to do. Marcus Williams is no matter what. I'd rather lose the team than Marcus Williams right now and rebuild the team. But yeah, so let's look at 1 years real quick as well. I know this is going to be a really long, probably 2-part series if I can't get what's it called? It all in one episode. Ellis. What's the penalty? So yeah, clearing some of these small guys, I will go do myself. I'll get the whole plan going and then explain it to y'all and what my vision of this Saints team will be. I will be right back. Alright guys, with re-sign stage being over, we decided that I've kind of laid the blueprint on this Saints team. We have a 3 to 4 year long term of some players that we call the key players. We have our stopgap players, our not so key players that we need to try and get rid of. Our only not so key guy is Cameron Jordan. That contract is kind of bleeding the team a little bit. We kind of have to deal with him for 2 more seasons until he's 35 years old, which he could still be one of the better pass rushers till he's 35. Not saying that contract we could definitely put in the other places like Tyron Armstead that we could use for a few more seasons. Will be let go. Marcus Williams did not accept a contract that I gave him like $2 extra million. He just did not want to come back. So we will attempt to try and get him a free agency. We don't want to lose Marcus Williams. We wanted to try and sign Quan Alexander as well, but didn't really work out. We tried offering Kevin White as like a little bit of a success story. Maybe we can rejuvenate him for a season and maybe he can get somewhere. But that didn't happen. And then some of the guys we did get to sign were are actually not here now. It is Juwan Johnson, the tight end, that I'm excited to use. He's had a pretty good season, and Deontay Harris, who we see here for the long term as our slot receiver and our kicker punt returner. So some of the key players we have is definitely Kamara, Ramczyk, Lattimore, Marcus Williams, who we had as a key long-term player, and so far is not back on the team. We are not going to pay him a $15 million price tag. That is just not smart decision-making. If we have to let him go, we'll find a new free safety. Kyle Hamilton definitely can be a guy, but we would definitely want to get Marcus Williams so we can use our first-round draft pick in other spots. I'm pretty sure by now, I know it's next week we get to see the combine, so I'll definitely be spending about a half hour looking at the low-tier guys. We're definitely going to try and get some late-round draft picks because our depth is going to be so bad because we just let about 27 people go off the roster, and we don't have the cap space to refill. We actually have a current roster count of 65, so it may not be that drastic, but we'll see what our roster count is after everyone's gone, and we will have to start filling the 53-man. We don't really have to worry too much about a 75-man roster in Madden, but at least getting to the 53 is the goal. So let's get to the next week. We'll upgrade players here soon. I'm just not too worried about it. We definitely want to start looking at college players once they have their combine. I'm going to go fix some players like Matt Corral and Jameson Williams. I definitely want to see in this draft class. So let's go, and I will be right back once again. Okay, real quick, I just want to state something funny. So as I'm changing Spencer Rattler to Matt Corral, Matt Corral is also light-skinned and exactly 6'1", 205 pounds. I definitely don't know the age. I didn't look at the age of Matt Corral, but I just thought that was absolutely hilarious that at least this guy's opinion of Spencer Rattler is literally almost exactly identical to Matt Corral, who is going to be in this draft class. I'm just gonna do him and literally Jameson Williams, who everyone is talking about, just to have in the draft class. Corral age, he is 22 years old, so we'll make sure to have that be accurate. But we also got to think he's 22 and he's gonna be 23 in January. So actually, he's gonna be 23 years old in this draft class when April comes around. Matt Corral is going to be 23 years old, one of the older quarterbacks of the draft class. I'm not trying to look at any of this. I'm actually going to go to receivers, and I'm going to pick someone. I'm going to pick Garrett Wilson. Actually, I've heard good things about Garrett Wilson. I'm actually going to not do Garrett Wilson. Justin Ross, a lot of people have liked. Not as highly hyped. Jameson Williams, we'll just throw at the back end. Lave. See, a lot of the receivers are really, really good. I think we'll do, we'll just throw Jameson Williams as George Pickens out of Georgia. I don't really know him, so if Georgia fans are upset, I apologize. I just want to have Alabama's Jameson Williams. I also forgot to what's it called? I forgot to either save Matt Corral or I also forgot to put his college in. And I'm also going to be looking at scouting reports and trying to identically put the ratings, and I will make sure not to draft either Jameson Williams or Matt Corral just for the sake of not being called a freaking cheater or any of that stuff. So Jameson Williams, we're adding into the draft class. I've once again forgot to put the college in. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go make their stats realistic to their scouting reports. I know Jameson Williams is a freaking jump ball guy and just an amazing receiver in general. So I will be right back, and I'll talk to you all in a bit. Okay, with it all complete, now we have Matt Corral inside the top 5, but sadly Jameson Williams will be right outside of that first round, it looks like, somewhere around there. Yeah. Jameson Williams is an absolute freak of nature. Looking at scouting report, he's going to be a higher overall, and honestly, a steal for whoever takes him. I would only take him if he falls to my second round pick at that point, which would be insane. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen just for the realism sake, and me not knowing too much about him, even though I made these two guys just to have them in the draft class. Just a little bit more of an excitement boost. I am excited to see what I can do. With this Saints team, we have a lot to work on, but at least that's out of the way. We do have very little money, but just enough, hopefully, for a Marcus Williams contract. Let's go check out this free agency. We have $5.8 million in cap space, so we gotta hope Marcus Williams will accept the deal that he rejected me in the first place for. So I'm gonna be fighting. So honestly, let's give him 7 years just for that part alone. We're going to give him 7 years, 47. That is nearly $7 million a season. Looks like it's somewhere in the sixes, but giving him the years, it spreads the cap room into the farther circle of it. So he'll be getting paid more at the end of his contract when he's 29, 30, 31. And if we weren't in such a horrible spot, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. And it probably still won't be a big deal because when he's 32, he's probably still a usable safety. So let's see how he likes this offer. We don't have enough cap space. We're going to have to lower the offer a little bit and hope. What can we do? How far do we have to go down on the deal? All right, so right now we're at 85 points. That just means we have to continue to clear some contracts because right now our only goal is to get Marcus Williams. So at this point, let's go see if we can find some players on not horrible salaries that we can at least get some late round draft picks for. We can turn something into, nothing into something, and then also be able to sign Marcus Williams back to the New Orleans Saints because right now we do not have any cap space to help the team out. We want the best savings. Sorry, we want as little penalty as possible. $9.5 million for Marcus Davenport. We're definitely not going to be doing any of that. Vanett is actually a $2.1 million savings. We can always go get a new third tight end. That's perfect. Getting rid of Nick Vanett. Trying to get this Marcus Williams deal to go through. We have another $3 million price tag for Tano. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the last name. That's $2.9 million. The penalty's going up a little bit, but it's kind of something we have to deal with for the 2021 cap penalty situation. Yeah. Trotman, we're not worried about him. 9.5, yeah, Davenport. So we're going to go down again. See if there's any other guys we really don't have to worry too much about. The penalty is starting to get high at this point, so that looks like the best we can possibly do, but that clears some cap space, and we might even be able to get another player out of it. Could get $3 more million out of David Onyemata, get a new D-tackle in here. Could flip D-tackles a little bit with $3 million, but at this point, I think we're happy with what we're stepping into free agency with as least best case scenario. We'll try and get some late draft picks, maybe get a little bit more cap space at the end of free agency. But our main goal is just literally get Marcus Williams back on the team. Having to wait, though, I don't think we will have enough to get Marcus Williams, and we will have to go into another direction. Oh wait, no, never mind. I forgot that since we already had an offer, we are good to start negotiating. We have the space to do so, so we're going to sign him pretty highly. Pretty good deal for him. So, and we can also go back down to 5 years where we wanted to do it in the first place. He wants 5 years, 32. He thinks is a fair offer, so we're definitely over the fair offer by $7 million. Right now we're just over 7 for 5 years, which I am very happy with. Let's see how happy he is here. 110 points. So we can actually bring that down just slightly. Definitely a little bit. We will just try and get down to like 335 signing bonus. We'll keep the $39 million offer. Just get a little bit back. And now that gives us 4.5 to work with. Anyone not getting offers right now, I think is the best way of playing this. Could get a Devin McCourty on this team, just put him somewhere, slot corner. Could be decent. I got Malcolm Jenkins, but we can actually somewhat use him. He's very good. Very good speed and catching. Good zone coverage. Definitely could use him in a slot corner role. He has good man coverage as well. Definitely could use a Devin McCourty for one season. We would definitely have to lowball offer him for a veteran, pretty much minimum contract. But we will attempt to get 2 safeties in this free agency class: a Devin McCourty and Marcus Williams. We also could look other places. Calais Campbell, 6'8", 315 run stopper. That honestly seems like a better play now looking at it, but I don't think he would want to sign a $3 million contract. Very good block shed, very good power moves. He's 6'8". Not fast, but we can just throw him in the 4-3-D tackle scheme with Marcus Davenport and Cameron Jordan, and it will definitely upgrade our pass coverage. What the hell did I just say? Nice. Our pass rush. So what we'll do is we'll literally just sign him in signing bonus. Give him no salary, but then a $4 million signing bonus. Right there. And it's going to be 0 points. Damn. Can't really do it like that. Nice. Anyone else not really have any offers? Jadeveon Clowney does. Bryce Callahan does not. I mean, Callahan's a younger option than him, but he's 5'9", so. Gronkowski would be nice, but I like the tight. I don't think tight end position is the biggest drastic need right now. Christian Kirk as a number 2 receiver for the future. We already have superstar dev Michael Thomas and normal or superstar dev Deontay Harris. Why not go and get Christian Kirk if we can lowball offer him for a season? I will realistically do this. We also could attempt to get Juju too. Right now, Gallup's going to the Lions. Will Fuller's also a very good deep threat. Ooh, do I go Will Fuller here? He's probably going to be the look away option here. So, yeah, we're going to have to spread. I definitely agree with Madden here. We're going to have to spread it out, which sucks, but we could use Will Fuller long term if we can lowball offer him. We're trying to give him $5 million, but it doesn't look like Madden wants to give it to us. Even though we have freaking $500K in cap room. I don't understand that. Come on. This is frustrating. Now Will Fuller would be going under $5 million. So, we gave him an offer. I definitely think wide receiver is the first need. We're going to hope some of these guys are still non-offered, but we got to try and worry about Marcus Williams first. We can try and see if we can clear a little bit more cap room, but right now, free agency week 1's great. I'm going to go start working on figuring out what players I want through the draft, what positions I still need, and going from there. So I'll see you all in a few minutes. So right now, looking at the trade block, knowing that Taysom Hill is our quarterback right now, we're looking at some guys like Davis Mills and Kellen Mond, the third-round picks of this past draft class that haven't yet really overcame anything. Davis Mills just had a pretty decent week for the Houston Texans, given what they're giving him. Right now, Davis Mills, if I don't have a quarterback, might be a good trade target in the next season. We're definitely either going to draft like a second, third round quarterback to throw in like Davis Mills, because we won't exactly be using Taysom Hill in a quarterback role. More of that wildcat, gimmicky quarterback, running back, tight end role that we want to give him. And go from there. I'm very excited to see what we can do with the Saints offense. Sean Payton's very special scheme for Taysom Hill formations and stuff like that. So it's going to be exciting to move him around and do some crazy things with him. We're definitely not going to be getting rid of Taysom Hill. You have Anthony Schwartz here, who, hey, I'm just saying, 97 speed, definitely could be a guy to go after if we don't get our receiver 2 of the future. We have wide receiver 1 for the short term in Michael Thomas, and we have our wide receiver 3 in Deontay Harris. But our wide receiver 2 is way up in the air, and we could start small with an Anthony Schwartz, and then if Anthony Schwartz doesn't work out in our first 16 episodes or 8 episodes of our first season, we can move on and move ahead. Some other options, I know Freddie Swain, he's decent. He's been decent in real life so far. Tyler Johnson, not really what you wanted to, but if we really needed to. Colin Johnson, I would more say is a third-string tight end at the next level. Anthony Schwartz, though, we'll see. We will see what we can do. If we can get Colin Johnson on the team for like a 6th-round pick, kind of clearing the cap room of the Giants a little bit, we would throw in like a 6th-rounder. See if we can get Colin Johnson on the team, but the Giants are dead in cap, so we wouldn't be able to. We're going to wait on Anthony Schwartz till afterwards. He just had done his first season. Now he was like a 2nd, 3rd round pick and hasn't really done too much for the Browns in real life. So maybe they're already like, hey, we kind of already have Jarvis Landry and Donovan Peoples-Jones as our 2 future receivers. Maybe Anthony Schwartz is just another John Ross. And we can come in and swoop him. But we'll see from there. we haven't really checked out the combine results yet. I've still been just dealing with cap space issues. The Saints team is literally just going to drive me crazy that we will never have a good cap space situation, and we may have to rely on Davis Mills for 4 seasons just because of the freaking cap situation. But we'll see. I definitely still have the same outlook with or without Marcus Williams. I really hope we can somehow snag a Will Fuller for cheap, and we won't have to worry about wide receiver in the draft or even an Anthony Schwartz if that happens. And our next focus is just to try and get to 53 players. Right now, we are at 37. So 16 players, definitely at minimum, is what we are planning on doing. So if that's still trying to get some free agents and then draft like 12 or 13 players, we will have to do that. And I will get right back with y'all once again. I definitely wanted to just keep on getting down the road in this offseason. It's a lot for a team that I'm kind of unfamiliar with, and I'm pushing through quickly just through an offseason so that I can start some cool storylines and do something instead of starting at week 1 when we've already just went through a 15-week NFL season so far. And it's like, I can't really build off of what the Saints already have. We're going to try and see if Michael Thomas can come back. We already know their secondary is pretty dang good. And we're going to make it even better. We're going to work on that pass rush. The line we already know is really good, but sadly we will be moving on from Tyron Armstead. It stinks, but what can we do? So I'll see you all in a bit. Alright, so the amazing thing is, since I only capped Jameson Williams out of the first, I cannot take him in the first round, knowing we have the 3rd overall pick for the Saints, losing out the rest of the season will really, really help us in either getting a quarterback, or we could think about Derek Stingley. I think that's a no-brainer if Derek Stingley falls to 3, dude. As much as we love Paulson Adebo, and we can either trade him or find another spot for him on this team, is there a place we can put him outside? He's 6'1", 200. Stingley could start in the slot, but honestly, I don't see Adebo. Maybe Adebo can play some slot for us, see if he works there. If not, we just move on from him. He has good catching ability, good speed, good press and zone coverage. He's a taller build, so he's going to be able to build and play against taller slot receivers. So maybe a Paulson Adebo would be a perfect slot corner for the future, and we can go Lattimore and Derek Stingley. I honestly have started to look at this draft class and started coming up with a really good plan. There's a lot of good linebackers to take in the mid-round, so we don't want to take a middle linebacker in the first. We have 2 guys we're really eyeing on here in the mid to late draft. Running back we're pretty solid on. There is one running back we will think about taking. We do have Josh Adams, who I'm a big fan of. He's a big dude to be that second guy behind Kamara to take a lot of that. But we found another guy that ran a 4.48 40 and is 234 pounds and weighs the most in the draft class and ran a 4.48. So we are kind of excited to see how he pans out compared to Josh Adams and let them battle it out in training camp in the preseason to see who would be that 3rd string red zone running back if we're struggling with Kamara being that red zone back. Right now, we're literally going to have Marquez Callaway as a 4, Deontay Harris as a 3. Hopefully we find our 2, and then Michael Thomas as our 1 next season. Trotman, Johnson, I guess Soner is the 3rd for right now unless we pick up a tight end or draft one late. We'll see where tight ends are looking. We could look at tackle in the first round, start trading back and pick a tackle. I don't see the need in that. I think we may take Jackson Kirkland in the 2nd round. Go for age and NFL ready in a mid-round draft pick for the season as like a stopgap left tackle. As our line is already one of the best in the league. Cesar Ruiz is going to be a monster. Eric McCoy and Ramczyk are already established. Andres Pete's serviceable. and we literally just need one position on this offensive line. So that's perfect. We could go pass rush 100% in the first round, as we are not so sure about Cameron Jordan. We're hoping Calais Campbell could be a late free agency acquisition, but we don't know yet. Shy Tuttle could definitely still play that D-tackle 2 role this season. He was another guy we brought back for very cheap. And yeah, we'll see. Right now, Peyton Turner's looking like the rotational pass rusher for this season, which is not ideal. We honestly want to try and see if we can turn Turner into the opposite side of Davenport for the future. Right now, our linebacker position is literally Pete Werner, Zach Bond, and Demario Davis. So we want to get one or two more guys, even if they're just going to be right behind Pete Werner and Bond. So yeah, cornerback, I think, is the top need right now, and it may still be free safety, with Marcus Williams not accepting a deal quite yet. We're still here in week 1. I've went through my week 1 progressions. We'll see what the pro day tells me as well. I'm very excited to see how everything goes, and let's go one more week and see if we got Will Fuller to sign and if we got Marcus Williams back on the team. Marcus Williams did accept, so we will not have to worry about a free safety this season, but we did not get Will Fuller immediately. We got to see who's still available. We don't have much cap space to work with, so if Will Fuller gets a better offer, we're kind of just dead out of luck. And the Texans are going to head and try and get back Will Fuller. That's exciting for him, at least. Looking at receiver, which is our top need right now. And also D-tackle. If Calais Campbell is still not offered, he was offered, so we weren't going to get him. Oh, no, sorry, it was a right end to D-tackle that we were going to do. Sue is another option for one season. If we want to just not worry about it this season, have Ndamukong Suh, who's a dominant run-stopping D-tackle, come in and do it for us. Calais Campbell and Sue are both options for next week. This week we will still try and pursue wide receiver. We have our secondary pretty much figured out. We're hopefully going to be taking Stingley with that 3rd overall pick. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Eric Wilson, we definitely can think about some of these middle linebackers as depth as well, but the only one I would really think about doing and giving him a little bit of a boost, because I think 71 overall is a little light for Jalen Smith. I definitely think he's a lot better than NFL teams are playing him. He's very fast, very, very good, and could definitely still be a great middle linebacker for us. So I'll definitely keep my eye on Jalen Smith, because that is a nice player to have on your team here, at least in Madden. I don't know about real life, but Jerron Christian, hey, 70 overall. I'm pretty sure he's getting starting reps for the Texans right now. He was playing for Washington, but he was let go. Tyrell Crosby's definitely gone. Christian could be a worst case scenario left tackle after the draft if we still need, with maybe a little bit of upside. Jacoby Myers, I wouldn't really see Jacoby as a 2. He's getting a lot of praise right now. Kirk's getting a lot of praise by Washington right now. That's kind of interesting. Washington could go McLaurin, Kirk, and then Samuel in the slot. That could be a very dominant Washington offense coming into next season. Gallup's still looking at trying to get another offer, but it looks like the Lions are still the only one. Could definitely get Juju. Juju's our next best option, to be honest. DJ Chark is there, though. I think DJ Chark we could actually maybe steal. We will spread it out, give him a good contract. 5 years at $5.3 million per season. So he's getting a 5-year. Yeah, exactly. Can we get DJ Chark? We have to lower it down a little bit. That's insane. With a $1.2 million. Okay, so this isn't a horrible offer, but this is the best we can do right now. I'm going to go see if I can clear up a little bit more cap space in the back end of the roster to try and secure DJ Chark. That would be insane to have Michael Thomas, DJ Chark, and Deontay Harris as our receiving core. We have to figure out quarterback still. Our quarterback options are still slim. Still got Kaepernick. You don't got Winston. Winston's going to be a Dolphin to try and compete with Tua Tagovailoa. You still got Mariota, who would honestly probably not suck in the Saints system. You got Fitzpatrick, Trubisky. Could get a Trubisky for a season. Still got some quarterbacks. Drew Lock is going to go to Washington. What is going on? Washington saying, hey, maybe thank you, Heineke. Well, actually, Heineke has one more season left, so Lock's could be backing up Washington, or he could decide to go back to the Broncos and start. We will see there. Kyle Allen is going to the Ravens. That's interesting. Steelers are going to try and re-pick up Mason Rudolph. All right, that is all very interesting. I really like where a lot of these guys are going. Jacoby Myers of the Colts is going to be exciting to see. We're going to try and pick up DJ Chark. Pascal to Washington. That is a dominant Washington receiver group if Pascal goes there as a fourth receiver. Unless they did something like Curtis Samuel. I don't know about. Russell Gage to the Browns, Raiders, or Jets. Man, three teams. I mean, the Browns are definitely good on Madden paper. I shouldn't say that, but Raiders and Jets. Oof. James Washington to the Chargers, possibly, with Patriots also trying to be in there. Braxton Berrios to the Lions. A lot of decent offers we're seeing right now. Reynolds to the Titans. I know he's been around there a lot. Kiki Huti to the Jaguars. These guys are definitely those type of players. Guyton to the Raiders, going to stay in that division. Tyron Johnson to the Texans. So a lot of decent stuff. I do like myself some DeAndre Carter, so we might get him to just to get a Washington guy in here. Oh, I just can't, man. That is interesting. Washington getting two tight ends. Two really good ones in Logan Thomas and Eric Ebron, because Thomas ain't here, so he's still there. And that's Ian Thomas. Yeah, so Gronkowski, Tonyan, it's a good tight end group. I'm happy with Trotman and Juwan Johnson, though. I am definitely going to spend my day off enjoying recording some episodes. Because it's an exciting time. Right before the off season in real life. Getting to see what I could do with the Saints team that has a lot of different things you can do offensively. A lot of different packages. A lot of different gimmicky stuff that I can have fun with. Slant bullying Michael Thomas. Oh my gosh. What's his name? What the frick is his name? Deontay Harris. He's going to be running a lot of freaking jet sweeps and run plays and all crazy stuff. At least the first season, I don't think I'm going to mess with the Saints playbook. Anything, I'll add more Wildcat to it, just for the fun of it. Just to have, while you have a Taysom Hill on your team. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I will real quick go take a look at the Pro Day. I'll talk to you all in a bit.